let's just talk more about what you think is driving the avoidance rather than kind of criticizing yourself into overcoming avoidance. Um, like it makes sense to me how your avoidance started around cycling and that your whole lifestyle is different during the pandemic.
Mhm.
But what do you think is maintaining it at this point? What makes it hard to just initiate and get on the bike and go for a ride?
You know, now that I'm coming to think about it, probably it's a perfectionism issue. Maybe there's a certain time that I want to ride my bike, or a certain, like, I only want to ride it in the morning. Um, Actually, I don't know. I just can't really pinpoint it, to be honest. It's not like I look at it because my bike is always there. It's not like I look at my bike and think it's such a chore. I more look at it and seem like I need to ride, I should ride, but I don't know exactly what's pushing me back. I just feel like sometimes it's just my lack of discipline, or, but at the same time, I mean, I know I shouldn't be thinking that either. But I do feel it's just like a lack of motivation. It's just like a lack of will just to be
Well,
writing these days. Yeah.
yeah. So let's keep trying to explore. So one thing with like a to-do list that is a common um, of common thing that drives avoidance for people with their to-do list is they'll have like a number of different things on the to-do list,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
but it's not, if you have like um, do the dishes, do the laundry, respond to this email, and write this paper. The fact that like laundry is next to write this paper that is like several, like more than one task can make it really hard to even want to look at the to-do list to get yourself motivated to do anything. So actually breaking things down into steps can be a way to overcome avoidance. Does that resonate at all, or is anything else coming to mind for you?
That, yes, that actually just gave me a ding from my head.
Good.
So,
Tell me more.
like a light bulb. Yeah, my to-do list, I have several to-do lists. I have one on my phone, I have one on my whiteboard right here. And I've realized that I do exactly that, like do laundry or like clean the floor, like Bath Miko, and then right next to it would be like assignment two do, or an assignment three do, and those would be like things for grad school and stuff. And I just find it, and I do have this like let go feeling, like giving up, like. Ugh, that sigh that you get after like reading the to-do list and you still haven't gotten those things done yet, and sometimes you just want to not look at it. And so there's times where I just don't want to even look at my to-do list just because I don't want to. I think that is also kind of like the same feeling I get when I don't want to ride my bike, or whenever I look at my bike and it's just like, uh, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
So if you were going to try to frame up the task of writing into something that you could easily do and you would immediately feel effective about it, how could you break down what you have in your mind? As like in some way, it sounds like the daily ride has become like write this paper, which is like something that you just want to avoid when you look at it. So how could you change the way you think about what you need to do into something smaller that you're more likely to be effective at?
um, I mean, definitely just trying to plan smaller, attainable goals when it comes to just writing would be very, very much a realistic start, I believe.
Mhm.
Um, and I mean, I kind of hate to say this, but I mean, I do ride my bike, right? Like from CVS and back. But that's not for me, that's not even like commuting, you know?
Mhm.
It's like an 800 feet ride and then you come back. And Yeah, so it's a different type of vibe, is a different type of feel, and I am still just trying to get my head around it in terms of why I continue to avoid the activity that I love doing so much, um, or that I used to love doing so much, and I'm still, and which has pretty much completely, in a way, for the better, changed my life, right? So, um, it's hard. I mean, I really can't get my head around it for some reason.